And that's as read by title only on the resolution.
Thank you, keeping me, I just wanted to see if you were awake over there. Thank you. Okay, thank you, Peter. Yeah, as read by title only, Mayor.
Thank you. Okay, we have a motion.
Oh, I'll second it.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All right, can we have a roll call vote?
Vice Mayor Stein,
Aye.
Councilmember McCarty,
Aye.
Councilmember Reddington,
Yes.
Councilmember Armendariz,
No.
and Mayor Clark.
Yes. Okay, thank you very much. Let's see.
Second motion, Mayor, we've got
Oh, the second motion. Okay.
council members for budget subcommittee.
Would you like to make that also? You're so good at it.
Oh, God.
One question I did have is how do we announce even these budget committee and how are they, again, because of the discussion that we've had tonight and in light of transparency, is there any suggestions or what we can do? I mean, I believe that we've discussed it up here well, but it seems like perhaps there is more opportunity for public input. Is there something that we can do besides the quarterly meetings, or I defer to staff here. I just was questioning the city manager if you think that there's anything else we could do.
Independent of your council meetings, if you wish to have public budget meetings, you can do that. It's at your discretion, of course.
Would be then an ad hoc committee, is that correct? Is how we, if we saw the eventuality that we needed to do that, that's what it would be? Or a standing committee?
Currently, the way your council has formed the committee is as an ad hoc committee, which means it's not a public committee. It's a committee that meets informal. 2 members meet with staff. If you wanted to make it a public meeting, you could do that at your discretion. The budget committee could simply operate that way, or you could form the committee such that it's subject to the Brown Act as a standing committee of your city council.
So then we would have to form it as a standing committee.
That's correct.
All right, so that would be the change that we would make. And if the public so desires, that would be something that we could do.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Okay, Mayor, if you're interested, I'll stay on the committee if you want to stay on there.
I'll stay on.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to leave the Finance Committee as is.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Can we have a roll call vote, please?
Vice Mayor Stein,
Aye.
Councilmember McCarty,
Aye.
Councilmember Reddington,
Aye.
Councilmember Armendariz,
I'm going to vote no, simply because I think it would probably be useful to mix up the committee a little bit, bring in fresh blood, new ideas, and just for the sake of change, I'm going to vote no.
Joe, can I ask him a question at this point? Or no? Finish the vote. All right.
Mayor Clark.
Yes. Okay, motion carries.
Joe,
Yes.
without belaboring it too much, what would you see as an ideal for this budget committee? Would you open it up into a standing committee? Would you include the public?
Do we need to put this on a future agenda? I mean, because this
Should we
is
agendize
not
it?
really noticed that we were going to discuss this. Is that correct?
I think it's fine to continue the conversation.
Okay.
This is a part of the
Okay.
of this agenda.
Okay, great. That's great.
Where'd everybody out of here? Everyone's left now.
I know it's been a long meeting, but actually it has. You have the floor if you'd like it. If you can, if you. Yeah.
To answer your question, I don't think it makes any difference, frankly. If it's ad hoc, standing, it's going to be the same members. So, it's going to be the same work product. It's going to be the same process. It's going to be the same outcome, same conclusion, same rationale, justification, philosophy, ideology. Everything's going to be the same. So it doesn't matter whether it's standing, ad hoc to me. It's a distinction without a difference.
Okay, a distinction without the difference. Interesting. But the thing is what I'm saying is, how would you, King for a day, for a moment, open this discussion?
Frankly, I think this is the budget committee. Okay, I think the 5 members of the city council who were elected by the good people of this community, we are the budget committee. to allow 2 members of the 5 to have a disproportionate influence on the process, I don't think that's particularly useful.
Well, the Budget Committee just makes recommendations, and it's up to the 5 members of the council to approve or disapprove of the recommendations made by the 2 council members. I think it works fine.
I agree. I mean, you get the same information as we do, so.
Don't let me.
Well, wait, you're making you're making a point saying it's disproportionate, but you get the same information we do, so how is it that you don't comment?
Look, the bottom line
No,
is...
I asked the question.
Well, if you don't mind me answering it the way I choose, that would be appreciated.
Sure.
The bottom line is I don't get recommendations from the Budget Committee. I don't get anything in my packet that says this is a recommendation by the Budget Committee. All of it manifests into the staff recommendation. Now, if you're going to say that the staff's recommendation is basically essentially the Budget Committee's recommendation, well, fair enough. But I think that's not the same thing. I mean, I really do. Look, this is not a big deal, okay? I don't have the votes to change anything here. I'm simply making a case that I think the 5 of us should have a lot more discussion on the budget than just 2 of the 5. That's my opinion.
We have quarterly discussions.
Do you think these quarterly, I'm sorry, go ahead.
That's it.
Do you think the quarterly discussions then
No,
will?
frankly,
Joe.
I don't think the quarterly discussions are all that productive, to be honest with you. I mean, I've gone back and I've reviewed the tapes. I've reviewed the meetings that we've discussed the budget. It's a PowerPoint presentation. It's a tedious process where we go line by line by line by line. It's always the same information. We don't dissect department by department. We don't really analyze the metrics, the performance metrics in this budget. It's a fact. I mean, it's just a fact, you guys. Look, I mean, I spend a lot of time watching budget hearings. It's what I do for a living. And I'm telling you that our process is unique. Now, if you like the process, if you think it works and you like the product, wonderful. Then it's not a problem. I mean, I'm not going to make a big deal about it. I'm not going to, initiate a recall petition because I don't agree with the way it's being done. I mean, it's just my opinion. I think we could do it differently. I would prefer we did it differently. If you don't agree, then you don't agree. It's really not a big deal. I'm not going to lose any sleep over it tonight.
But if it's
I
for
think
the
you should do the recall petition.
Yeah, no, I think
Through the mayor.
you're first.
I'd like to say we are unique, and we do have a very intelligent, prudent budget that we just passed. And you said you've worked on many other budgets of different areas. How are they better?
Well, first of all, I didn't say they were better. I said they're different. It's a different process.
I see them,
Okay.
most of them is not being near, I mean, I won't even go there.
Well, first
But
of all,
these kinds of
Greg,
discussions, I
with all
think,
due
are
respect, you're
important.
comparing apples to oranges. I mean, the county has an $844 million budget. They're not going to be able to do it in one night, okay, like we do. It's
Yeah.
a totally different animal. I understand that. I understand that. City of Santa Barbara, same thing. City of Goleta, the budget's not that much bigger than the city of Carpinteria is, and I'll tell you, they spend a lot more time on their budget than we do. A lot more time. In fact, they had several hearings just on their sheriff's contract. And they made similar cuts, which I spoke against, by the way. I was against them cutting their public safety just like I was against us cutting ours. So I'm an equal opportunity offender when it comes to this issue. I was against the county's decision to cut deputy sheriffs, which you pointed out earlier. I thought that was bad public policy. I think it's bad public policy for the city of Carpinteria. I don't subscribe to local governments cutting back public safety.
Okay, Joe, we
I
got
just
it.
don't.
I watched you on TV.
And I want to.
We got it, and
Just one thing.
Yeah.
We do all have the budget, and just because it's one night when Mr. Thornberry presents it, that is your opportunity. If you truly read the budget and you have a problem or a question, everything is dissected in there. You could bring up the issue, and we would discuss it here. And same with the preliminary budget. I mean, we've had it for 3 months. I mean, if there was a problem, you could bring it up. But to sit here at the last meeting and say, 45 minutes, we adopt a budget, this is the way it is. We've been working on this. We work on it. We're going to start working on the next one now. We work on it year round. You've got a budget. You got something to do. Read through it and dissect it and bring your questions up. Mr. Thornberry is available. City manager is available. Anytime, all year long.
And Joe, it would have been nice to know your
it
questions
goes
about the
beyond-
process
No,
before
goes
the last
beyond-
meeting.
It goes beyond simply asking a question about the budget. It goes beyond simply asking for clarification on the bottom line of a particular ledger sheet. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about treating the budget process as a visionary process. How does the city of Carpinteria envision the way we run this city? How are we really justifying how we spend each and every